Okay, so we've got to talk about Pete Hegseth. Really, Mike Waltz leaking information to a journalist, Jeffrey Goldberg. Now, I will say, as of right now, the full picture is incomplete as far as this story goes. I am happy to revisit this in the future when the results of whatever investigation happens come out, and if I am wrong, I will absolutely applaud you for reaming me in the comments. I look forward to it. That being said, I know that Pete Hegseth is up on the screen right now, and he is sort of the focus of the ire of the people, the media and these types of things. I don't think he is really the person at fault here. Mike Waltz is, I believe, the National Security Advisor, and he is the person who admittedly added Jeffrey Goldberg, the journalist, who is an anti-Trump journalist who I think has definitely purported some hoaxes like Russiagate, very fine people, losers and suckers, these sort of fake stories about Trump. And so I'm a little bit skeptical of his full honesty in this scenario. The one thing I will say is that his article, which I did dutifully attempt to read all the way through, and I got all the high points here, but the main issue, other than, okay, this guy mistakenly, and I will continue to do quotation marks whenever I say he was mistakenly added to this group chat on Signal. Other than that, the main thing is that Pete Hegseth might have detailed operational, specifics about an ongoing or about to happen bombing campaign in Yemen against the Houthis. Now, he provided no proof of that. He didn't publish anything about that. He basically just implied that they were very real, serious things. And this is the thing that I would imagine we will find out in a future investigation, whether or not the details that were shared in here were A, classified, of which I must say Pete Hegseth has declassification powers, so that's probably not going to come of anything. But B, are actual, actionable intelligence, things that could actually have impacted the lives of American servicemen, intelligence officers, these types of things. And as of right now, we're kind of, the truth is semi-disseminating, but it's also being walked back in places. So they were at one point saying that no classified information was shared. They were also now saying that it's not any intelligence classified secrets are being shared in this group chat. So who knows what will come to be. I will say, Mike Waltz, how did you have Jeffrey Goldberg's phone number? That's weird. It's not a journalist you should have the number of. It's very weird because this guy's not in your camp. So if you're going to have a journalist on speed dial to tell things to leak things to, which happens all the time, that's not the guy. Jeffrey Goldberg is not going to be the guy in your contacts. So that's weird. I will say that is weird. I don't understand how that is the case. Now, whether or not this stuff is serious, I just don't know. I just am not sure. I will say again, the thing that I was trying to determine by reading 12 articles on this was to actually determine what secrets were leaked. Everyone says war plans. War plans. I've heard it from every news outlet, and also just normal people who've heard about this story. They say war plans. And then they were sharing war type stuff. Okay, well, what does that mean? Is it detailed troop movements? Hey, we're invading Normandy on D-Day, and here's where we're going into Omaha. We're going to Is that the level of war plans, or is it, hey, we're thinking about bombing the Houthis? We think we should hit somewhere around here first, and then move south, and we'll use big bombs, not small bombs. That's literally, that would meet the description of Jeffrey Goldberg, what I just said. Now, is that war plans? Not really. Not to the degree that, okay, these guys can set up some sort of ambush. And I will also say, I don't know the military capabilities of the Houthis in this area, but I kind of don't think they would have the capabilities to shoot down this plane that's coming to bomb them. I don't think that's the case. Maybe they could have abandoned the base, but then the base is still getting destroyed. So it is still super duper very much up in the air how much this leak would have affected anything of that operation. And obviously it didn't affect anything. So all of this is still under the shroud of secrecy, the fog of war. This is a very weird emerging situation. So before I go on, let me know what you think. Is this a huge, massive screw up, or is this a non-issue? I'm not really sure. I think this is definitely a screw up. If it was a mistake, because again, mistakenly added journalists to the group chat. And I will also say, this does mean that Mike Waltz, if there is some dissemination of classified interests in this group chat, Mike Waltz is the person who organized it on this platform and then added the journalist. Pete Hegseth, gives out classified information, but he is under the suspicion, he's under the impression that the people that he is giving this information to all have clearance. So I don't think he is, actively giving away leaking secrets. I think the actual leak there would be a Mike Waltz. He would be the person who's responsible for this. And from what I can tell from my research, Mike Waltz and Jeffrey Goldberg are both kind of more in a much more hawkish, neoconservative vein of politics. So maybe this blows back on, some people that if you're against war, you're actually happy that, it gets blown back on them. And then one other thing that we will mention is that Pete Hegseth has said that nobody was texting war plans. That's all I have to say about that. Now, at this point, it's basically, your word against his. It's Pete Hegseth versus Jeffrey Goldberg. Who do you believe? As I've said, Jeffrey Goldberg has been, a known anti-Trump journalist who has purported some things that are less than, let's say, journalistically vetted. They're a little bit on the mushy side. So he is not the paragon of journalistic ethics. And therefore, we can take everything that he says as, sacrosanct. This is the word of God, and this is how it happened. We don't know if that's the case. Hegseth says no, there will be an investigation, and I would imagine we'll find out in the future. But as of right now, we're not sure. Do let me know what you think down in the comments. Like and subscribe for more of this. And good luck in all your endeavors. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I will say farewell for now.